Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Olivia. If you're new here, I post fitness content. Please like and subscribe before you leave because I'm trying to make this my job. Thank you so much. Today I'm going to be taking you through a back workout. I will put some progress pictures on the screen right now. I have really transformed my back as someone who only trained lats and didn't really train traps. I had a very wide, flat back. So I've really built depth in my back, and that is with this workout that I'm about to show you. You'll see I do pull-ups at the start. Obviously I couldn't always do pull-ups. That is a new development in my back session. But instead of doing pull-ups, just do banded pull-ups, or allocate another day for banded pull-ups, and then you can add pull-ups into your back session. Okay, with that, enjoy the video, enjoy the back workout, take notes because I promise you this is the back workout, okay? If you want a sexy back, this is what you need to be doing. Enjoy. Like I said, I start all my back sessions off with pull-ups now. I actually do 3 sets of pull-ups to failure. So usually in the first set, I'll get between 5 and 6 reps. In the second set, I usually get about 3 reps. And then in the third set, I get like 1, maybe 2 reps. So I'm doing these because another day in the week, I actually have an allocated pull-up day where it's calisthenics day. So I do loads of different upper body stuff, but I start with pull-ups. So again, there I do 3 sets of pull-ups, and then I do banded pull-ups and a load of other stuff as well. And that's how I've got my first pull-up. And I just like to use back day to continue progressing on them, because I feel like if you want to learn a skill, doing it twice a week is obviously going to be better than doing it once a week. As you can see, I've moved on to seated rows. Now after pull-ups, I either do seated rows or lat pull down. It honestly just depends on which machine is free, but these are the 2 exercises on back day that I load heavier than the rest. So I ideally do lat pull down first and seated row second, but if the lat pull down's taken, then this is absolutely fine. With seated rows, these are one of the main reasons why my traps have grown. I've really focused on trying to even out my shoulders, even though you'll see I do still have an inequality. My right shoulder is slightly higher than my left, and then vice versa. It honestly just depends on the set, but this is something I've really been working on for months, and it used to be terrible. So I'm happy with the progress I've made. I just still need to keep working on it and reminding myself the mental cues to tuck my lats down and things like that. But I'm focusing on squeezing my shoulder blades together, really getting the squeeze in my traps. You might be thinking, I don't really need to do lat pull down if I already do pull-ups at the start of my session. The reason I keep lat pull down in here is I've debated taking it out so many times, but it's one of my favourite exercises of all time. I really enjoy a lat pull down, and I'm finally able to go heavier now. I can rep like 54 kg, I think it is. I can actually rep it, you know? So I'm nearly repping my body weight. Not yet, I'm still a bit off, but like 10 kilos more and I can rep my body weight, and that all contributes to the strength in my pull-ups. So I really want to keep lat pull down in there just so that I can keep improving my pull-ups however I can. So many people do lat pull down wrong, and they actually end up doing it for their traps because they're kind of rowing it to their chest and squeezing their traps and shoulder blades together instead of depressing your shoulder blades and putting your elbows down into your pockets, which is going to activate your lats more. So if you don't do pull-ups, you definitely need to be doing lat pull down, because that might be the only lat focused exercise you do in a back day. So it is essential, and it's really enjoyable, especially with this attachment I'm using here. Obviously, because my main goal with back is to try and grow my traps, I am doing face pulls. This is something I feel a love-hate relationship for, because due to my imbalances in my shoulders and everything, something just always feels off, especially in a face pull. I'm trying my best to pull evenly, but I think the pull is usually even. It's the eccentric phase of the movement, the negative part, where I just feel imbalanced. But regardless, even despite being imbalanced, this is a great exercise for your traps. As you can see, the squeeze you get in the middle, there's no way you can't grow when you're getting a squeeze like that. So these are a really good one. You can do them standing, but I find with standing, you end up using a lot of your body weight to pull the weight backwards. So you'll probably lift way, way heavier than you actually can, because you're just leaning back and pulling the cable away with your body weight. So I like to sit down and stay nice and fixed. I usually set the cable like level 10, I think it is. So it's like above head height, and then pull into your forehead. Usually with the ropes, it hurts my hands, so I just adjust how I feel. I know some people prefer overhand, some people prefer underhand. I just do whatever I feel on the day. If you don't know, I am autistic, so I get sensory issues basically every gym session. I put myself through it every time just because I want to look muscular. So that's something I really struggle with, especially with rope attachments. I struggle with the sensory issues on my pinky fingers and thumb. So it's just a little weird one from me. But yeah, they are really good. Just find a good attachment, find a position you like, and keep progressively overloading with them because they are really good for growing your trap. Just realised I haven't really mentioned, but I usually do 3 sets of everything to failure. Every single set is to failure. If I'm going to do a warm-up set, then that's not included in the 3 sets, okay? But everything is to failure. I don't really set myself a rep range or a rep target because I'm so used to my body now. I kind of know, okay, with that weight, I'm going to get 6 to 8 reps, but I'm going to go to failure, you know? So this is your sign to go to failure, guys. See me. Staying with the theme of 3 sets to failure, we have rear delt flies, and this is a really good example of training to failure because you will see what my final reps look like and how hard I really push myself on this. It really depends on your mood and everything. Sometimes I leave a rep in reserve, sometimes I don't fight for my last rep, but generally you're training 1 rep in reserve or to failure. That's what you should be doing. With rear delt flies, they're important because, first of all, your shoulders are going to look weird if you only train your front and side delts. Rear delts is part of your shoulder. You'll see that, that's the muscle. But also, it kind of also works your traps, which I really like. And there are other muscles in the back. I believe it's a rhomboid. It's been a while since I did my PT course. I'll have to check up on that. But there's other muscles in your back, okay? And we don't just care about aesthetics, we also care about strength and functionality. So I think it's really important to just do rear delt flies and you're going to look good, you know what I mean? You're going to look really good because your traps are going to be popping. And here I'm showing you an example of my failed reps. So as you can see, I'm really pushing. They're moving really, really slowly. And that's because I'm fighting. I'm not giving up. I'm like, no, I'm going to get this rep, even though it's really hard. And you can see I do 2 to 3 in a row of those reps. So you got to push yourself. I know not everyone cares just about upper back. Some people care about lower back as well and getting that deep back line. I feel like that's a thing that's recently developed in the industry, is a deep back line in backless dresses. And it's because it's so aesthetic, but also training your lower back is going to support you in all your other lifts like squats and deadlifts, RDLs, because having a strong back is really important. Those spinal erectors are really important to build up, but also your core. So make sure if you are strengthening your lower back, you're also strengthening your core, because there was a time, once upon a time, where I had a really strong lower back and just no core strength. So make sure you're keeping it even, okay? With hyperextensions, I actually like to load up a bar, as you can see, and that's because the machine gets in the way when I use a plate. I struggle to hold enough weight because I like to progressively overload. I physically can't hold multiple plates, like I just find it really uncomfortable. And yeah, it always bashes the machine. So I've loaded up a bar. It takes a bit more effort, but it's worth it in the end. You want to think of it as you're hinging at your hips. When you lower down, keep your spine really neutral, keep it strong, keep your core engaged. And then on the lift up, do a slight pause at the top just to really engage your spinal erectors. And honestly, this one is something I could easily skip. Easily, if I was having a bad day or if I just wanted to leave the gym, I'd skip this one, but not anymore because I know the importance of a strong lower back. And also, I'm not gonna lie, as I've been building it, my backless dresses, bang. I bought a crochet backless dress and I've not worn it yet because I would really like to go on holiday if I can afford it. But when I tried it on, my lower back looked ridiculous. So if you do anything just so that you feel good in a backless dress, do hyperextension. That is the back portion of the workout completely finished now. So if you want to scroll off, scroll off. But if you want to stay and know how to get an all-round physique, then keep watching because the next exercise is bicep curls. I am bicep dominant. I literally can look at a dumbbell, think about bicep curling, and I'll get a bicep pump, okay? So I don't really want massive biceps. I'm not anti-muscly woman, but I personally already have really big biceps. I don't have any intention of progressively overloading any more so than I already have or lifting any heavier than I already do. So I do 1 set of bicep curls with dumbbells and I get 10 reps per arm. Sometimes I get 11, sometimes I get 12. So it's 20 reps in total. And I think that's quite impressive on a 10 kg dumbbells. I just don't have any plans on increasing, even though I know I could probably do 12 kg based on the amount of reps I can do. It's just not something I'm interested in. After my one heavy set, I go down to an easy bar at 15 kg, so that would be around 7.5 kg per arm. And I do 2 sets to failure. And usually I could probably do about 15 to 20 reps. So I push for it. I do go to failure, but that's it. That's all I do for my biceps, and it's once a week. It's 3 sets, done. Because, like I said, I just have really big biceps. So I personally don't want giant melon crushers, you know? I want them to be balanced with my glutes and the rest of my body. So that's what I do. I wanted to use this clip to say I got a really weird red rash on my chest, and like I've never had it before, and it was painful. I could feel it. You can see it's raised, and it hurt a bit to touch. And I feel like it's not still here. Like I don't have it anymore. It's been over a week. But I don't know, it just was weird. I'm wondering if it was heat rash. Because Bailey was like, Liv, you're sunburnt. I was like, mate, this isn't sunburn. This is not what sunburn looks like. Plus, I wear SPF, you know? I take care of my skin. I try to anyway. So I think maybe it was a heat flare-up. I've never really had it before. But like, I had been sunbathing a few days before it. And it was really warm in the gym. But if anyone could tell me, that would be great. Because I don't think I'm allergic to anything. And finally, to end the session, I do this ab superset. So I do cable crunches, weighted, heavy, really focusing on creating that like curved C shape, bringing my ribs into my hips, like really curving and crunching my abs together, and then hanging leg raises, tucked, trying to control it, trying not to swing too much, trying to really think about my lower abs and bringing my knees up to my chin. So I do this superset 3 times, again, every set is to failure. So it ends up being 6 sets. And then after my abs, I do also do cardio because I am in a calorie deficit. To be honest with you guys, I am doing 20 minutes incline walk at the start of my session and 40 minutes Stairmaster at the end. You might think an hour is a bit excessive, but that is just what works for me, unfortunately. I haven't been doing that. It's only in the past like 3 days I've been doing that. And already my weight has started dropping because I hit a standstill. So I know it works for me, which is why I'm doing it. And I'm not recommending that you do it. That's just what works for me. Unfortunately, I do have the time to do that because I only work casual hours and I get to pick and choose when I work. Okay, also the gym is my life and I'm trying to make it my job, so kind of valid if I am in the gym for 3 hours. That is the end of this voiceover. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's helpful. Please feel free to save the workout and copy me, get inspiration from me, because it really has helped me. Like, this back workout has improved the appearance of my back so much, obviously alongside a calorie deficit, but even if I'd done the deficit without doing this back workout, my back wouldn't look as good as it does now. If you have any questions, please do ask them. I feel like I might have missed quite a lot of scientific stuff, but it's not really that hard. Lift weights, pause at the top of the movement, slow the eccentrics down, train to failure, progressive overload, and you will be able to build muscle as long as you're eating high protein and staying consistent. I know I make it sound so simple, but it really is. Once you start and you just keep going and keep showing up, it gets so easy. And with that, please like and subscribe before you leave and follow my socials because I post all my different workouts on there all the time. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.